So I literally, Lord, just got back from the Kentuckiana Joe Expo in, I can't remember the name of that place now. I can't remember the name of the town. It's in Kentucky, like, I think it's a little bit past, I know I'm saying it wrong, Louisville, Kentucky, I already said it. I need this. I have not had a beer all stinking day. I got up at 6 o'clock. The thing opened at 10, was over at 4. It was like a 3-hour drive from where we lived at. A great big shout, applause, standing ovation for Shauna for driving 3 hours there and 3 hours back in a downpour of rain. Yeah, it got raining so bad you couldn't see the road, and all the heat coming off the road and steam and fog, and it got to be a mess there on the way back. Once again, good Lord, Sean, thanks for driving. Thank you. Did you do that on the Little Rascals? But anyhow, I'm trying to figure out what the heck this goes on. This must go. I don't know what this came off of. Did I bring that in here? I'm trying to figure out what the heck this popped off of. I don't know what that came off of. I don't know when I brought. I'll show this. Okay, hold on. Back up. Whoa. First of all, this is like kind of I've been to a toy show once before. This is like my second one, but this was kind of, I guess it's supposed to kind of be a G.I. Joe Expo. And it had, G.I. Joe had a lot of the big 12-inch figures from the, I guess it was it 60s or 70s those came out. I'm not absolutely sure what year them came out. And then, dude, the boxes, the totes, the parts, the figures. Dude, in every booth, every one of them had like these little tubs, maybe like yay big, about full, like of baggies. Some of them didn't even have baggies. Some of them were just figures in there. $5, $8, $10, $20, $10. They were all over the place. And some of them I found with all the stuff, and I bought them off eBay for, $20, $30, $40. And they had them for $8, and, I was like, are you kidding me? So if you decide to get into collecting, don't buy anything until you go to I know it's hard. It's, like, man, I really want it. I don't want to wait. That's my problem. I wish I would have waited until I went to this and not spent all the money on it. Because, man, I probably could have got tons and tons and tons more. I even found a freaking Terrordrome. I don't know how bad a shape it was in, because the guy was literally going to sell it for $200. And anybody knows that Terrordromes are, but it looked like it had parts taped, like big pieces of white. I don't know how bad a shape it was in. I probably should have took a gamble on it and seen how bad it was, and maybe pieced it together and resold it on eBay. Maybe I could have got 800 or 1,000 or something out of the thing. I don't know. But dude, I was amazed by the figures. How many G.I. Joe figures are still out there? The whole time I was just like, like I said, it was a pretty big convention. There was like 3 different rooms, kind of full. Get your wet nose off of my foot, or ankle, not my foot. But anyway, it was just full. Full. And then I was amazed by how many of the big 12-inch old figures they had, and all the clothes and everything they had. Oh my God. I was just amazed. Like I said, boxes and boxes and boxes of parts. I mean, parts on beyond parts, and the bad thing is, man, that you had like when you were trying to look at something, there was another, and he's doing the same thing you're doing, and then you're both trying to dig and look, and I was trying to find the missiles. I went to the not the holster, but the Sky Striker jet. I wasn't sure what they looked like, and every time I said, man, I think because we were looking them up on the internet, and I'm like, man, these look like it, and then I went and found another one that did have the pack of the jet. It all came with everything. I'm like, man, they make the same one. So anyway, I've rambled, but man, dude, I'm totally amazed by all the figures that are still out there. I mean, I'm amazed. The parts, the vehicles, yes, I'm a lunatic. And there's a gnat. I want to kill him. Get out of here. Anyway, because he'll be here in a minute. Gnats love beer. Good Lord, that thing, like one little sip of like a little dot, the thing would have alcohol poisoning, right? I mean, they're like, but anyway. Like I said, I'm just, wow. I'm still can't believe all the stuff. There was one bin. I'm sorry, I keep rambling. There was one bin that had fangs in them. They were $10. The fangs. I don't know how many was in that box. It was like a tub, like maybe about that big and about yay big, full of them. Every one of them missing the roll cage on the back. They wanted $10. I have one. I thought about getting it, but I thought, man, I want to get stuff that I don't have. Try to find parts. Like I found a few well parts, but just two. The guy sold them to me for $5. I actually found the back wheel for the well for the little motorcycle on there, and the little door when you pop up that's the little door that goes in there. $5. If I guarantee this right here on eBay is probably $20 or $30 on eBay. Then you have to have it shipped to you, and there's another, So there's that. I'll show you that because I mean, wow, that's all I can say. I could honestly. That's why I told my friend Sean. I was like, I literally want to dump. I just want to take this and dump it in the floor and look through it. But she was like, well, we can. I'm like, no, I'm not. Because I wanted to. I guarantee you there was probably parts for the well that I needed. I don't mind pointing it down. But parts for the well I needed, I probably could have found. But there was no way you could look through all that stuff. I mean, it's I wish I had one of my big totes in here to show. I mean, I still can't believe all the parts, all the stuff. It's amazing of what it is. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what the heck this is. I thought when I picked this bike up, maybe I might have picked it up with it, maybe. But I don't know what this went to. Maybe that went here. That had to have gone here, maybe. Yeah, that's where it goes. Okay, that's where it was at. It was there. This thing is filthy. Needs to be cleaned up. But yeah, amazing. If you're into GI Joe and you get a chance to go to any of these, like if you live near Kentucky or can get there and go to you have to go and check. It's amazing. I mean, it was amazing. Just how much stuff there still is. The bad thing is these stuff ain't even a collector's hand. These are people trying to sell them. But it's mind-boggling. And like I said, I bought some of these, and I thought, man, I probably should have checked them better. After I got started driving, I thought, man, I hope nobody's got broken crotches or broken thumbs and broken, But some of them, like I said, this is mainframe, and he don't have his gun, but he don't look like anything's broken on him. Anyway, I'm going too far here. Anyway, and here, like I said, I told you guys I bought some new shirts. This one here's my newest one here. You can see, pretty cool. These shirts are like those. I think they're just like they have the tags right there because they're just like Walmart shirts or something. They printed these on them. The prints kind of feel a little a little chintzy, but they'll work. You know. All right, let's get to this and start talking about this. I've rambled on for 10 minutes now. This video is probably going to be long because I've got several things to show. This is just like a little that gnat. This is a little just a refrigerator magnet Cobra Commander. It was like I think it was like $2 or $3. I thought I gotta get that. You could have got like some more for 20. I was like, man, I'm not putting $20 in 3, so fine, that's good enough. Well, ew. There's somebody's. I don't know what here. Anyway, I'll show this. Which Shauna got me this. Stop buying stuff. Anyway, I think she might have gave $25 for this. It's all complete. I have the figure, but it's missing some little part here. To me, honestly, that's not big. Here's the fins that go on the back. It's my little piece here. I'm not honestly sure where that goes, but I've been wanting one because, like I said, that's the water moccasin. It was always on the cartoon. Always had copperhead in it all the time, you know. So, what is this? That is the water moccasin, right? I thought it was something different, but no, it's the water. I'm pretty sure it's the water moccasin. Anyway, this was always on the cartoon. So, oh yeah, I don't know if that works. Still works. Anyway, like I said, got that for $25. This is, I jumped the gun here when I first got in there, and I wanted low light. And I think this had a bin. They were $5 a piece. And I thought, man, I want low light. Maybe I can go back and find the guns later or something. So this is the first one. I pulled the trigger right. It was like $5. Like, man, $5. You know, it's like kind of my first purchase. I think he's got it loose. But then I went down. Well, this one's 15, and he's got his guns and all of his accessories. Everything kind of looks like a little better character, a little better figure. And I thought, oh man, are you kidding me? I just bought that stupid thing down there. I thought, heck, I'll get it. But here we got low light again. He looks like he's in a little better shape. I kind of thought, well, I'll just put him in the headquarters to kind of maybe man a chair or something. They look like they're both in pretty decent shape. Crotches ain't broke. The thumbs ain't broke. Elbows ain't cracked on them. Parts seem to be all tight. They look, good collar on them, everything. But like I said, this one here actually had this little machine gun here. Had his crazy looking gun here. That's a hell of a scope on that. And then the backpack here. I'm guessing that's all complete. Like I said, I'm sure if you looked him up on eBay, I'm sure he's probably more than $15. And if he's $15 on eBay, then you're looking to pay, $7, $8 for shipping and handling. So there's that one. Low light there. Like I said, ×2. Like I said, kind of jumped the gun. And like I said, man, the bad thing is you're there for a while. I was just seeing the same figure after I seen like 8 quadrillion different G.I. Joes. As you see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 11, 12, 13, I got 13, 14 things. Oh yeah, and then that little Joe thing, it costs like $8 to get into. And then I always, like I said, I always remember this guy was on the cartoon. This was the mainframe, the character getting ready to come out with. That they're getting ready to come out with him and Classified. I'm pretty sure he's missing a gun. I thought maybe I'd look up on eBay, maybe I'll find his gun. I think he's going to need an O-ring. No cracked elbows. Joints feel pretty good. He might need an O-ring. He's got his backpack. Looks like there's something broke on that. But like I said, I just watched a thing the other day about Punk with Toys. He said, if you do not buy the figure, that you're going to regret it. I probably will. I may try, but the bad thing is, man, you don't. I don't know what they're. I don't. They probably have their weapons there somewhere, but to know what all these guys and stuff looks like, man, I don't know. Like I said, got this one for $7. This is leatherneck. You know what? I think I have him now that I'm sitting here. I think I do have leatherneck because I was thinking, oh, I need him. His arm's totally loose, but I've seen a way to fix that. Do I have him? I'm thinking now that I have him. I thought I ordered him. I'm gonna have to go look. I might have him. He's totally loose though. He might. But like I said, it's $7. I think he's whipping. I'm gonna have to go look. I think I might have him. But anyway, there's Leatherneck. Said he's a little loose. Like I said, I've watched several videos on how to fix this stuff. Let's see here. And like I said, I gave 20 for this. For some reason, like the extra guys, like the trooper guys, are way more expensive than like the main characters. But this one here, I'm gonna guess this was a little more of a kind of a deluxe figure. I'm gonna say, you know, it's got some more stuff to him. I'm sure he's missing some kind of little tube or something. But this is one of the cobra eels. He looks in pretty good shape. His elbows ain't cracked. He's pretty tight. He don't feel bad. Like I said, he had his little flipper floppers here. Flippity flops. So there's that, and then he came with his backpack, his little scuba gear thing. Then he had his little gun here. So this one's pretty cool. Yeah, man, like I said, that's gonna break his hand. Yeah, like I said, I still can't believe how bad these guns will not fit in these guys' hands. Yeah, that's totally gonna break his hand if you jam that in there. So anyway, there we go. There's one of the cobra eels. I said I think I gave 20 for that. Like I said, even if that's $20 on eBay, like I said, I'd have paid $7 or $8 for shipping and handling for him. Then we got Tunnel Rat here. Let's see. One of him, like I got his classified figure. Like I said, I remember him being on the cartoon. I did see a Refrigerator Perry there. I thought about it. You know, I really don't remember him being on the cartoon, but I do remember him being a G.I. Joe and whatnot. Man, this figure here is in really good shape. I'm gonna guess this is an old one. I'm not sure when Tunnel Rat came out, but yeah, he feels like he's in pretty good shape. He comes with that crazy gun that's bigger than him. Another crazy looking gun. There he is there too. Tunnel Rat there. I think they were saying they called him that because they would pretty much send them guys like kind of up in a tunnel digging for or going after people or something in Vietnam or something like that. Thought I seen something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Why is my phone getting hot or something? Usually my phone gets hot and it kills the light on. I look really dark all of a sudden. There's another one. I kind of gave a little more for this one because I wanted him because I wanted to put him in the Sky Striker. Helmet's a little fuzzy, but a little blurry or something, like beat up. But there's Ace, and he came with the card. Oh, I forgot to show this. I'll show this one right now. This is Tunnel Rat's card. See that? You might, I don't know, say if you want to pause it and read it, knock yourself out. We've learned that I can't read. And then here's here's Ace's card here. Man, I hope my video, because yeah, I don't know if my lighting's screwing up here or what's going on. Anyway, there's that. Um, I showed that, didn't I? I showed that first, I do believe. Here's kind of the two top ones I kind of like really was really into. I'll show this one first. Kind of grabbed this one here because I've been wanting a Cobra. It's pretty beat up, but everyone I seen, they wanted $100 for. If you found, I've seen a couple of Mickey Mouse ones. They're like $200, $300, $400, I think. They had a couple of straight arms. I've seen a couple for 100, 120. I've seen some for, they were everywhere. I gave $40 for this one. He don't have his gun, and he's pretty beat up looking. Like I said, he needs some paint. I thought maybe I've seen people fix these. Like I said, kind of maybe I can touch up the paint. Really, that's only the bad spot on him. Really, is his face mask thing. So I don't think it'd be too hard to maybe get something and maybe touch that up just real lightly. Because the emblem on his chest looks, I don't know if you can see that or not, but the emblem on his chest looks good. Like I said, if you can see his face, it's a little just kind of beat up a little bit. Like I said, I've seen people kind of mix that silver in and kind of touch it up. Like I said, I'm missing his gun. That's, it's not a big deal. Here's the other one. Like I said, this one here, every one I looked. I've seen this, every time I've seen this one here, man, it was $150. And I didn't pay no $150 for them. Guys, that's all complete, it's all there. Like I said, this was one, like I said, I remember getting this one too. Looks like it might be a little beat up here. But, maybe that little TLC won't fix or something, put it back together. Snap it back together if I can. Oop. What's going on there? I don't know what's going on here, but that's not wanting to. Yeah, that's why this guy sold this for cheap, because it's not wanting to go together. Something's going on here, like it's got hot maybe or something and broke. Them pieces are not wanting to go back on there. I'll have to figure something out. Fix it up. Like I said, this one on here. Yeah, I got a feeling that's why I got this one so cheap, because it's pretty beat up. There's a Cherry. Yeah, this is pretty beat up here. But hey, it's all together. Maybe we might be able to figure something out to fix it. And then this one here didn't have his teeth broke. The cape is ripped. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. It is ripped down the sides. Whatever. He's still got all of his teeth. Like I said, no big deal. He's got his snake. He's got his little, whatever this little cobra thing is on the back. Like I said, the cape's ripped. The hell, I was kind of wondering if you just take his cape and just go ahead and rip it. Just go ahead and rip it the rest away and be done with it. Good enough for me, man. Pretty cool. Like I said, I'm not getting rid of none of my stuff anyway. I don't really care. This stuff, like I said, I'll have his stuff until I die. And he came with that little snake and his little dagger here. Man, this video is taking, I'm sorry. But man, tell you what, it was really fun. Except for when we got back on the only fun part was when we got back on the interstate and it started raining and the steam coming off everything. We couldn't hardly see anything. And yeah, that was the only part that wasn't no fun. We started getting in that mess, but we made it. It was all good. Just had to take a little more time getting home. No big deal. Like I said, had a good time. It was cool. I didn't show him. I meant to get, I was going to get his vehicle too, and I got to ride. I thought, man, I'm not spending no more money, but actually I could have got the thing for, I could have got it for $20. I should have went back and got it, but we got I keep wanting to call him wetsuit, Deep Six, or not wetsuit. Yeah, wetsuit. I think what I can, but it's Deep Six. He's the one that comes with the shark. They had it for $20. Like I said, I've got a couple little. Yeah, he doesn't move, dude. I remember people said this was the one toy nobody liked because he wouldn't move. He doesn't move. Like he fits down in that shark, and that's about it. It's all right. But I think I may wait. Like I said, I'm gonna wait until we go to another toy show or something, and maybe I'll try to get that. What was this one? Did I show Tom that pace? Oh, I didn't show Deep Six. There's the Deep Six one. I don't think I showed Serpentor. Oh man, every time he does it, hurts my teeth. There's a Serpentor one too. Like I said, I don't need these. It's cool to have them. Like I said, it makes me sick every time I see one that's got the price tag on it, and G.I. Joe, $3, $2. It's like, wow, what? But there you go. I'm definitely gonna have to do some work on this air chariot. It's kind of, like I said, maybe that's why I got it. So I didn't pay $150 for it. I paid half of that for it. But still, like I said, man, it's not in horror. It's in good shape. It's just, I think the plastic maybe just got hot or just over time it's kind of bent or warped or anything. Like I said, though, Serpentor, his teeth ain't broke. A lot of the ones I seen, that one tooth up there is always broken on him. Like I said, I'm so glad I found this. This was like one I wanted, but like I said, they were like I said, every one of them was, $100, $200. Then my dumbass seen one and I wasn't paying attention. It said $80. I was like, look, this one's $800. And I'm like, and then of course, like I said, I'm one of them people. As soon as I see, because it was 80, then 00, so it more looked like 8,000. But I had it popped in 800. Nobody ain't bad. Okay, now we're done. So sorry the video took so long. I'm sorry I rambled on. Sorry I'm still rambling on. But anyway, if anybody's still watching these things, everybody, thanks for watching. I'm really happy with it, man. It was so much fun going to this. Like I said, talking to people. Everybody was into G.I. Joe, man. It was like everybody was nice and friendly. Everybody was cool. Everybody was having a good time. Like I said, I would love to go again, but man, the drive was crazy, man. It's a long, long drive. But it was, like I said, it was fun. It was worth it. Once again, shout out to Shauna for driving and braving it through the little storm we had there and the rain and the fog and everything. When we started out in the morning, it was foggy as crap. Then it started storming. Then when the steam and everything started coming up off the road and off the cars, the rain, we couldn't hardly see nothing in the rain. It got bad. And then people don't care. They just start flying. They just start driving faster because they're nutbags. But anyway, thanks once again, really thanks for her. She's drove a long way to help me get this craziness, But, and shout out to my daughter and her husband, her husband Eli for going. And little Callum went. He went with us. I think he enjoyed it. But, he gets a little antsy, and which I don't blame him. I want to look at these old man toys. But it was fun, man. It really was. It was cool. I am still amazed by how many figures and totes of parts and totes of parts and vehicles and figures. And dude, I was like, I was still like, we were halfway home and I'm going, I still can't believe, there's that, now get away from my beer. I still can't believe all the figures and all them toads. I was like, oh my gosh. And poor Eli, he kept trying. He's like, hey, you got this? I was like, man, I don't know that one. That one was, probably more towards the 90s, and I don't remember a lot of the 90s one. What are you doing? But, I don't remember some of the 90s ones. And I was trying to find the retro card, Snake Eyes, and he kept saying, is it? I said, no, it's the big, he thought I meant retro, like old. I always call these vintage. I don't know. But, like I said, shout out to him trying to help him find it, but I didn't see one. There wasn't one there. Really, it was a lot of more old. The old 3 3/4 and the big tall 12-inch ones. There was a lot. There was still a lot of classified, but not as much as there was the older stuff. So, once again, if you get a chance to go, I definitely recommend going at least one time. Go. It's so cool. Even if you're not even going to buy nothing, just to look at all the amount of all this stuff, it's crazy, man. And I'm gonna be so mad if I got another leather neck in there. I'm pretty sure I do, because once I pulled that out and started looking at him, I'm like, I have him. So if I do, oh well. Anyway, sorry. Like I said, I need my fix, man. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling again. Peace out. I just had an exciting day. This was fun. This awesome. Like I said, I know there's some out there going, that's so stupid that old man's getting that excited with them dumb little toys. That's stupid. I don't care. This is cool. Anybody that does anything like hunting a deer, you get buck fever and you're flipping out, and or car, and you're flipping out because you get it running, or back playing sports and hitting that shot or hitting the home run or catching the we all, or even watching your team do it, I don't care, man. It's fun. It's fun for me. If you don't like it, I don't care. Then anyway, peace out. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to get another beer. As soon as this thing says click, you're going to hear Anyway, peace out. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Peace.